Sheep, go for the recap.
Last time, Sheep has also done the recap, but he's going to do it again. Because last time we started the session knee-deep in the Agavium's dungeons, the basement. We, first of all, who did we kill the session before that? I think we took care of the wizard before that, so we went to the places to the north this last session. After finding the dungeons empty and every room just uninteresting, really. We went north, and the first thing we found was apparently Thorne's voice coming out of one of the rooms, with the doors shimmering of magic and some such. It turned out that it wasn't Thorne at all, but two undead dragons who were rather annoying and rude, being like, "Oh, just kill us, or we'll kill you and eat your souls." So we did. Kind of. First, we decided to close the doors and hope that would work, because in the past it has always worked, but it didn't because they just teleported. So we had to take care of those. In the next room over, we found the captain, the other... Not that guy. We found the other...
Marcel Wolfram.
Contender to Hellbrand, the... Mm-hmm. Yeah, Marcel Wolfram or something, who turned out to be Marcus's old master or something, to which Marcus responded with a joyful humming as he slaughtered him. And that was one more of Thorne's loyal lieutenants down, as we approached the throne room, the Thorne room, one could say.
Oh my
Opening
God.
the doors, all we found was a rather fancy trap that sucked both Marcus and Dragonform Chiron into a force cage with spinning force blades in it. And there was no Thorne at all. There was just a wooden stool. And yeah, that wasn't very exciting. We went in there all buffed up and found nothing. It was a decoy It was a decoy. I'm having real trouble with my words right now. So we went back and were like, well, we explored everything, supposedly, but surely there's more to this place. This is really distracting, Manikai, just saying. And eventually we figured out that in one of the hallways, there was, in fact, a hidden door. The mechanism we found somewhere, I'm not exactly sure where. And it opened up to a whole different secret area with a room full of letters addressed to the Knots, a summoning chamber, and what must have been Teodora's office. And eventually it also led to a set of very, very elaborate double doors. And as we all know, double doors always mean business. So we went in there, and indeed it was the actual throne room with Thorne sitting on it, and combat ensued. We got majorly pwned at the beginning, if I put it that way, as we didn't bother to deactivate the strange machinery, which we knew would have some sort of... it was casting or creating some sort of defensive magic for Thorne, and as it turned out, it was quite something. As at the beginning of combat, first of all, we had two people in the party mind-controlled, including fully buffed Dragonform Chiron and our healer of the group, Azurius, so that was not a good start, but eventually we prevailed and destroyed Thorne, who cannot come back because we already destroyed his phylactery.
I sacrificed it for stat buffs.
You sacrificed it for stat buffs, yes.
Yeah, and also story reasons.
Yes.
Stat buffs.
And after that, I think the entire place shook or something, and Asmodeus almost addressed us directly as the hells opened up and congratulated us on our victories.
Yeah, and both Sirius and Marcus had an orgasm, basically.
Basically, yeah.
And then Sirius sat on the throne.
Yeah, and then we all lit a cigarette and like that whole post-coital kind of like relaxation.
Uh-huh.
And Teodora had a little Zacharias, and
Oh,
we got the
Yeah, a
quote
little bust of Zacharias.
Yeah, and we got the code from that crazy guy.
I am kind of predicting the contents of the vaults just being hundreds and hundreds of paintings of Zacharias.
in different stages
Different,
of undress.
reclining poses, yeah.
Like-
Different poses.
Like,
There's,
there's
uh,
one where he's in like the paint me like one of your French liches
Finds his
pose,
phylactery
and then
in there.
What? How did it's like a little pink bow around it.
Yeah.
Lipstick smeared on the side.
You know, why don't you just take her?
What? I don't think I can anymore.
take me, Zacharias.
I can't.
Use your hands, you idiot.
Lich touch? I don't know.
Let's,
I don't know.
That's not
gonna-
on there.
Cash
That's
can
not.
teach you.
Cash can teach. It's gonna be some awkward
Yeah.
talks. Yes, DM.
Let's. Should we begin playing, or do you just want to banter the whole time?
No, I would like to
No,
play.
let's talk
Let's
to
play.
Teodora and Desidor.
Fuck Teodora.
Right. I think,
That's good.
dear friends,
So you stand here. You see the rain of blood slowly falling down upon the snow outside, painting the streams of red, running. The calamity of what you've done, having just sort of realized itself upon you, and then you stand here, feeling most likely accomplished as the task of basically what's ahead, what you've just done, sinking in. It's now that your mind's moved to what is coming, what's going to be next.
I have
And that is quite another story. Before you felt very elated or sort of victorious, and now, well, it seems you have won yourself a whole another load of work.
I have a suggestion. First of all, we loot every goddamn thing in this place.
It's kinda Azuri's home now.
Everything.
Specifically from our slain enemies, we have the frost giants and the frost giant leader in the great hall here that we need to loot. What?
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 What was that?
What was
Moose
what was-
call.
Oh, okay. I need to go. Moose man. I would like to toss the place completely in Grigori's workshop because I only looked through it quickly, so I want to toss that. The loot from Marcel Wolfram,
We have the vault.
the loot from Thorne, and then we are gonna find the vault. That's step one.
Is in the room with all the letters.
All right then. On the as you move back through, and search the different dead bodies here, it seems that their arm rings and such would be a total value of 4,800 gold worth of mithril. On the sort of elites, the big guy has a little more. He has a +5 cloak of resistance.
All right, hang on.
And he also has a crown. However, he had a crown. However, that seemed to be missing,
She
as
stole
it is
the crown.
currently sitting upon his widow's head.
Sure.
Well, sure.
Quite seems kind of valuable on made of mithril.
I mean, we can't
Give me that.
we can't extend control of all of her people without a crown, right?
All right. So, all right. Yes. Did you have anything else?
No.
Okay.
I have a question about the letter room, real quick.
Can we get the loot first?
What?
We're going
Oh.
there. We're going there anyway.
I assume you're sort of going back through the
Yes.
rooms.
Tossing.
You don't take the older stuff, I imagine. You also
If
see
you
the
do that, I'll
armor,
try and
the armor
disintegrate.
of the Great Knights is sort of just laying where they fell,
Yeah.
splattered around.
What Zacharias knows about grave knights
You will
is
likely
their-
know that they would take possession of whoever wears it,
No.
or at least attempt to until they win, and they will regrow in a few days.
Yeah, we'll leave that. We don't want that stuff. Because they're just gonna be grave knights anyway. Tossing the place of Grigori.
So they're gonna serve us now, or Azurius?
I assume they protect the cathedral, so I
Do
assume
you do you break into the traitor's den?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, him.
and rip through him and his
Oh,
stuff.
him. Sure,
Or you
we can
let
take
him
his
sit
stuff.
there.
No, we can take his stuff.
I guess we'll
I don't think
play
it's a
to
good
that
idea
then.
to
Well,
take
we're-
stuff. Just
It's
saying.
no, we're putting it in a safe place so he doesn't harm himself. You know.
Like, go and rip his weapon out of hands and such.
So
I think that's
give
really
that.
bad. I don't like him. I just think it's well,
We at least can index what he has, and if it's valuable, we take
Sure,
it.
I'll put it in parentheses. Just peek in and see what he has.
peek through
Right, he
the.
seems to have a +2 full plate and a +2 composite longbow. And a +2 falchion.
You can keep those.
His room doesn't seem to be particularly valuable. I mean, unless you want to drag out the furniture and sell that, but you're
No.
probably a little bit above
I
those sorts of things.
I think we should call Track and taunt him with the bow he'll never get again.
Digging through Grigory's workshop.
Going through everything. I want a spell book. That would be nice if he had.
Isn't that the crazy guy who's in the mirror?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, he's still here.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean we can't go through his stuff. Can watch.
You know,
Especially
I have to get used to the fact that we're evil again. It's like we can't go through his. Oh wait, we can.
Yes, as you move through, you find 1,200 gold worth of basically dirty clothes. He doesn't seem to change very often, but it's very sort of high quality clothes.
Sure.
Slowly sort of cleaning themselves as they just lay around, and like embalming fluids and different sort of magical crafting components.
Gross.
Beyond that, the room seems to have a lot of messy papers, and so not really something you could convert into monetary gain very easily.
No spell book.
No.
I think.
So far looting has been underwhelming.
We have a vault.
Marcel
Well,
Wolfram.
we haven't looked at Thorne. What does he
As you
have?
look through Walthram, his corpse laying there, he has a +4 full plate, a +4 unholy adamantine mace that is insignified Engelhammer, the +4 heavy steel shield, a belt of giant strength +4, a headband of alluring charisma +4, and a key.
That is pretty.
A band of charisma +4, you say? Never
Alright.
mind, mine's the same.
And a key.
If you toss his place,
Yeah.
Yeah.
assuming you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do indeed find a heavy footlocker with a very well-made key.
Alright. What's in it? What's in the locker?
Well, you find a pair, what seems to be almost too mundane, like a pair of ordinary clothes, ordinary boots, a cologne that smells kind of musky, as if it's kind of old. There's a handcrafted, sort of carved out stone stain with an elaborate sort of eagle heraldry on it.
So he used to be
There's
something.
3 bottles of what seems to be a cleaning liquid, most likely for blade. And there really isn't a whole lot in here. It seems to be mostly stuff he felt was worth keeping safe from others. Not because it was valuable, perhaps, but to him.
Alright.
Is there a picture of Marcus when he was a kid?
No,
Probably
probably not.
like drawn from like fine bushes. Well,
Um,
of course not.
Thorns.
I bet the cologne smells familiar though, and I hate it.
Yeah, you remember that smell.
I hate it.
Haunts you in your dreams that you don't have.
You know,
Wait,
we're
can
gonna.
undead smell?
You know, we're
they
gonna
totally can.
we're gonna save it, and every time Marcus sleeps, we're gonna wave it in front of his nose.
So you go
will kill
to
you.
Thorne. All right, yeah. He is where his body would be now, turned to dust, or sort of burned in
I will
infernal.
keep the dust because that's.
There is lich dust.
Yeah, lich dust. See.
There is a +5 mithril breastplate. There's a belt of physical might for strength and dexterity +4.
Hang on. You have.
Wait,
what was the
wait,
first
Oh,
thing?
really now?
What?
What was
Yeah,
the
what?
first thing?
+5 mithril breastplate.
That's fine.
And?
With breastplate.
A belt of physical might with strength and dexterity +4.
Can I?
A cloak of resistance +4. A headband of mental superiority +4.
Hang on, hang on. Stop. I need to. This takes time to write. Physical might +4, and it was strength and dex.
Yeah.
Strength, dex, and
Local resistance +4.
res cloak +4, and
Lesser Quicken Rod.
yes, that's good.
And a headband of mental superiority +4.
What does that do?
+4 to all mental stats.
Ooh.
Then a ring of protection +4. A robe of blending. And a key. Also a little locket.
Locket.
Is there a picture of that woman?
No, it doesn't seem to be related. Yeah,
Is
that the,
belt, basically.
Is it the locket that Sabus described for us?
Yes.
Alright, we will destroy that then.
Oh,
You would want you to give it to him.
He said we. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sure, I thought it was destroyed.
Oh,
sure,
right.
we'll keep that.
don't look inside of it then.
Alright.
Teodora's office.
Teodora's office we need to toss. Yes.
She's gonna be mad.
Sure.
Who gives a shit?
I mean, again, it's mostly like a corpse chandelier made of chains that seem to be basically swings, perhaps for the Nine Sisters once swung in these while a victim is basically being flayed by their weight in the ceiling, their blood raining down upon Teodora. But right now it seems kind of empty, really. Not a lot of things here really seems to be worth much.
I will take 20 in this room because you
Alright.
must have left something.
As you search around, you see that under her desk there seems to be a trapdoor.
Aha! I knew it. This is her love den.
Aha!
That's the vault, as
What?
we know of.
Yeah, we know the
Remember-
vault connects to our office.
Okay.
Remember?
We got
No.
told this.
We
I
should
forgot.
open it and say an ha ha away
Alright, let's go down the vault, I guess.
and say aha.
Aha!
Aha!
You feel that the vault has a lot of magical defenses against being found, basically, by anyone using magical means to fight it.
Well, go with Thorne's key out in front towards the door.
Right. Yeah. So move to Teodora's room
Oh, okay.
because that's where you are right now.
Cool.
You know, we goddamn command the way to let us go through.
Why does it still say dead ass?
Because we never removed it after the picture of
Who
Tom
broke
this
it?
was removed. Oh.
We can remove it. There we go.
Oh, it was you.
So you find a way that goes under this place.
So here?
Yeah, but it goes below. So
Switch to
Secret-
3D map.
secret path.
Look at that.
Isometric 3D view.
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh man, this
let
is.
people go first.
Get off of me, dragon boy.
So down there, you find a narrow passage that connects to what must be the vault door. It is a reinforced door with a very intricate lock. Seems to be quite just from looking at it, you can probably tell that there's a quite significant amount of wards cast upon it, and then forcing it open would most likely, from Zacharias' knowledge of earlier traps, very powerfully disintegrate you.
Alright,
I
let's use the key.
Well, hang on. I become a vapor and float at the ceiling in case of lightning bolts.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
Really?
saying. Just in case there's lightning bolts.
Zacharias.
Sucked into the ventilation.
See ya!
Yeah,
I go on an adventure.
In the ventilation shaft.
Yeah, Zacharias also feels weirdly uneasy going close to this thing.
Does the key
You
seem to
probably
do
only
anything?
see it. It seems to be a normal key. You stick it in. It sort of takes a little bit of time. There's a few clicks as the vault door opens. The key indeed seeming to fit.
I just want a picture of this money right now.
Money.
Money!
It's gonna be like empty.
Money, money.
There's a few
You
chests.
see a large room, comparatively empty. It seems like once, from marks on the floor, it has had millions of gold, but it seems that they've been spent most likely on rewards and such. There are different sizes of chests and bags, most likely containing rewards such as those you have received in other times.
Oh,
You also
it's-
noticed many of the chests actually have like skeletal designs to them. Perhaps this was not Thorne's to begin with.
Oh, it's a tyrant. He just pillaged it. It's pretty good. All right, let's go through the chests. Let's see
But
what we have here.
explain where he got millions
There
of
are
gold.
12 great chests.
Hooray!
And it seems like the key fits into all of their locks, which are locked.
Mhm.
However, only 2 of them really have anything in them.
Oh.
One of them has 30,000 gold pieces in platinum ingots.
30,000.
The other one has 80,000 gold pieces and 50,000 silver pieces.
That's 5,000 gold.
There's also, as you look around the small boxes and such, a box containing 4 pouches, each holds 1,000 gold pieces in jade beads.
Yeah.
Another one contains 5,000 gold pieces in small sapphires. A third one has 12,000 in emeralds. And a fourth contains 30,000 gold pieces in diamonds. However, one thing you see that seems to be almost locked inside a sort of little glass box is a picture, a portrait of Browin Havelin, a
Oh.
woman of almost unimaginable beauty. It seems to be a portrait, perhaps a copy or maybe the original, of a picture you have seen once before. A picture you have seen in Lord Havelin's private chambers in Bellantine, surrounded by candles.
Oh, Thorne. You
Wistful sigh.
you old romantic, you.
There's another heavy sort of iron box, not very large, laying sort of almost thrown into a corner. And yeah, that's locked. As you open it, you see a simple strip of paper, seems to be kind of old, that reads in infernal script, Zara Siathra Jezebel, or Jezebel.
Is that?
Looks like a true name.
It's probably Teodora's true name.
There is another small chest that seems to have sort of bands of iron actually fastened around it.
Oh.
There's not really a lock on it. Well, there is, but it has iron bands bended around it.
Okay.
I mean, I can easily make those not be there.
You hear, you sort of, whenever you hold it, you feel almost like cold and yet sort of brimming, almost as if the bands are sort of want to split open.
Oh, that seems promising.
What is
There's also a slight leather book that seems to have been put down in here called Toppling the Four Pillars.
Okay.
Seems to be written in Thorne's own handwriting.
Oh.
Pillars of Mithra.
His diary.
As you look through it, it seems to be about 50 pages long, and it has many contingencies that never really happened for how he wanted to topple the 4 pillars, as he says, of Talengard. The plan, it seems, for the one he went with in the end, seems to be as follows. First, gather the faithful of Modius to build the 9 knots. Secondly, break Bellantine, destroy the watch wall, which is the first pillar of Talengard, and start the invasion led by a warlord. The first knot. The warlord will raid south and provide cover for other activities. Step 3 is acquire the Daemon's Gift. Somewhere in the Horn of Abaddon is a hidden lost vault that contains the fabled Tears of Aklis. Gathering the tears and spreading them across Talengard, between the war and pestilence, Talengard will be much weakened, and the faith in Mithra and the Darians will be shaken. Step 4 is destroying the Vale of Veltana. By wiping out this most holy site, just as the war and pestilence reaches its height, faith in Mithra will diminish further. Also, the Vale of Veltana houses the Order of St. Macarius, the second pillar holding Talengard aloft. Destroy them and extinguish the flame that they hold light from this world. Step 5 is assassinating the king. Hiring foreign assassins will likely be used here to slay King Arcadian V. With his death and the only heir to the House Darius, the third pillar, will be a teenage girl who will not command much respect or any sort of power among the nobility. Step 6 will be to destroy the Knights of Valerian by infiltrating the command of the Telerian army. An army will be formed to destroy the warlord, of course, and led by one of our men, the traitor, in this case, the traitor will lead the army of Telengard and the Knights of Valerian, the fourth pillar, to disaster upon the battlefield. The next and last step, step 7, is the Scion comes forth. The warlord marches toward Matherin. With his monstrous horde, the 4 pillars have fallen and the city seems doomed. And then who meets upon the battlefield? An unknown scion of House Darius, banished to the mainland, who has returned in a dark hour with an army recruited by the Sixth Knot to save the island. The warlord leads his army to destruction and is recalled to the Agathium. The scion, my puppet, returns to Matherin in triumph and vows to forever defend his homeland. The people practically beg him to have the throne, and which god does he revere? And then there's sort of a scribbled, and with 3 lines under it, Asmodeus.
Triple on the line. Okay, so a few things strikes me here. First of all, then, there must have been a failed assassination attempt on the king. Because if he says he's going to use foreign assassins, we never heard any of that.
Well, I think this was supposed to... Manikai said it was like his plan, and there was like a bunch of things that never happened, right? So maybe we just turned out to be more
lots of
convenient.
contingencies that never happened.
Yeah.
And the Scion? We still don't know who the Scion is. It seems...
Who is the 5th Knot?
We don't
Also, the Sixth Knot apparently
I
recruited
believe
an
the
army
5th
from
knot
somewhere.
is Thrain.
Thrain is the 5th, probably, yes.
So who's the 6th?
He's the
We don't know.
boss.
He's across the sea and he's making an army.
Six is the one building the army, which is
Yeah.
we also have a letter for them inside the letter room.
Which is going to be step 2. But for now, we are sitting on a pretty penny indeed.
Here, you can sort of holding the box with the iron bands. You can sort of hear it sort of whisper deeply.
I think we should maybe take some time to do some research on this Doom box before we open it, because if Thorne sealed it away like this, might not want to open it at this point. I don't know.
Well,
It can't be worse than the Tyrant, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking the same.
But if it's on the same level of the Tyrant and we let it loose,
But then we have 2 Tyrants. That would be terrible.
yeah.
Yes, but what if the
On
tyrant
the
wants
other
to kill
hand, maybe
us?
they destroy each other.
What if the tyrant wants to kill us?
Something worthy.
Nope.
What did you say?
No, I'm not gonna. I would feel better if we study and open this box if we are fully operational, not like half dead like we're at this point.
It seemed to be sort of in the corner. It is possible, Zacharias thinks, that someone with less keen eyes wouldn't have found it. It might have just been overseen.
That was
by
just-
I
Thorne.
can.
It seems like a very sort of uninteresting, small. It's sort of the size of a hand.
Oh, it's tiny.
It's like a little jewelry box.
Nothing bad can
I
be.
can, after some time has passed, commune with Asmodeus and ask him what it is.
That seems like a good idea.
I mean,
Or
I can ask now if you
the
want.
hell circle. Can I now? It hasn't
can
been
ask.
yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it.
I can also do it for the spell wise.
I will do that then. I will.
How does Marcus do it?
Well, of course, filling it with great prayers and reverence and humbleness, right? So he doesn't feel like he's just a messenger boy for me or anything. He's this is important and it's a great thing because we want to know what it is before we accidentally doom ourselves by opening it. And I will ask him what lies within this mysterious box.
He will gain a simple answer as it is. He will be told that this is the signet of Hades.
Sounds fancy. I like
What?
Wait, Hades, isn't that's demons, right?
Lots of thanking and bowing and scraping happens, and then I relay the information to these guys.
Isn't Hades demons? Knowledge plans.
Planes are religions, Manikai.
Is there a knowledge
like it
history?
is.
Can we do a knowledge history to see if we know what the item is?
What is this?
You can
signet of
try
Hades?
history. Certainly.
What is this Hades ring thing signet item?
Well, doing history. That's planes, but I guess if that's the same bonus.
Well, he's wondering what Hades is. I think he said.
Oh, yeah, Hades is I believe a neutral evil aligned plane,
Yeah, it's a demon.
and Zacharias doesn't believe he has heard the histories of it Does he speak Irenaean?
Does he speak Irenaean?
It's a language he knows.
I don't know, honestly. The thing is, I have a slight memory that I picked it, but Hero Lab doesn't have Irenaean as a language I can add to my character sheet, so I don't have it on my character sheet, so I
All right.
don't know.
Was it? Did you? You might have picked the
I
language.
believe you
of,
picked Utak.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, that's probably what I picked.
Yeah. All right. So Zacharias hasn't heard of this thing before.
Alright, well,
This vast knowledge of history. Might have been
then,
sealed here for quite some time.
then
Okay.
Zacharias would say that if he doesn't know what this is,
Then
and
we
it
should
has
open it and find
then,
out.
and it obviously
feel-
has some connection to daemons, he
Well,
would
just
like
'cause it's
to
Hades
research
doesn't mean
this.
daemons.
He would like to research this further before we open this.
Okay.
For instance, go to the Dragon Library.
If
Yeah.
as long as you're not gonna do something by yourself to it and just leave us out of it.
Of course not, Cash. Of course
Never
not.
do that.
You know I don't trust you. Azorius,
Hmm?
make a contact.
Oh my.
Contract.
So I feel like this is something that we need to look into. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when we give Zacharias
Because if
stuff,
it's
he
a small jewelry box that whispers sweet nothings into your ear, then
Does Zacharias still
No.
hold it?
He would put it in his Pathfinder pouch, I think.
As he begins to put it in there, he will realize that this is sort of. He just knows what it
Yeah.
is now,
Oh,
like without even thinking about it.
oh wait, like how Brand did with me.
it has revealed
In a way,
itself.
he just knows that this is indeed the Hadian signet, a ring of simple black iron. It has no jewel. It is just made of metal, and has sort of a little a skull imagery. It will reveal as well that that it offers a bargain, as it is slightly intelligent. It wishes to be upon the hand of a worthy wielder. It would want to basically, when you put it on, it would want to drain a bit of your blood, and in return, it would become. It would give you tremendous defensive power. Basically, by he will understand this perfectly, that it will be basically a ring of protection +5, a ring of regeneration, and an arcane signet ring.
That's a lot of ring.
It can, however, only have one master.
Sure.
It's bound to that master. Then
Well, that rules Zacharias out because it doesn't have any blood, so he can't bind to it.
How sad, isn't it?
And
You
me,
don't have any
because
plus.
I can't really take advantage of any of its stuff.
Yeah.
and whenever you hurt or kill a good outsider with it, a good aligned spellcaster, as it is, and bathe the signet ring in their blood, it will gain a charge that can be used to cast Deeper Darkness with the 20th caster level.
That's a lot of darkness.
You do not have any problem seeing in this darkness.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds very powerful. I still really like to research this further, because if there is an evil daemon ring, like Jake said, that promises
You're-
sweet nothings and power to you, I
you're
kind
saying
of
you
want to look at this a little
But
bit
you're telling
further.
me you don't trust the neutral, evil, intelligent item.
I do not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not trust this thing the slightest.
Like
And,
no one ever trusts intelligent magic items.
It is incredibly
Yeah,
powerful.
no, if it's gonna tell you what it does, it's either gonna lie or it's gonna be like, put me on, and it's not gonna tell you the bad.
You are pretty sure it's not a lie.
Well, you know,
Wait,
Hellbrand did the same.
there is a third option. Remember,
Well, there's the difference between telling a lie and not telling the whole truth.
Yeah, it's like, put
Like,
me
there's a-
on and you will be a servant of the demons forever. Ha 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 ha.
there's still another option you guys are forgetting. If it's intelligent, it has an ego score. And it can take
Right?
control.
Well, Halbrand is intelligent. I don't think
Zacharias
it's ever
opens
tried
up
to take control of
the
me.
Zacharias opens up the wiki and looks at the ego score. Yes, quite.
Well, no. Hellbrand wouldn't have a reason to use the ego score. You're the same alignment. You're doing
Yeah,
what,
I'm doing what it
Yeah,
wants.
you're pals with him. I don't think we're pals
Yeah.
with this ring. Yeah,
Well,
I say we need to look at this more before we use this, because honestly, I don't trust it at all.
should we summon Teodora and bind her to our will at some point then?
We have her true name.
Oh,
Yeah.
Why would we do that? We promised.
Speaking her name binds her to your service.
if you do remember, we promised Desidera to set her free.
Did we?
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
Well, I do.
I'm pretty sure we did, yeah.
We
Bollocks.
did.
Oh,
He
well.
said he
Well,
wanted
we-
us to release his sister.
Why do
Thorne?
we need Teodora anyway?
From Thorne,
Yeah.
yes, but not from us, right?
Well,
We're not.
I
No,
feel
you're
like...
not gonna do that.
What?
Yeah.
I
Besides, well, here's the thing, right? Normally I would agree with you. But Desidor seems to be buddy-buddy with Nabarus, and I don't want to fuck with Nabarus, so...
And I kind of want to be on the good side of devils right now because I have a deal I'm gonna do with them.
Oh, I see how it is.
So I don't want any of your bullshit.
Also, we don't need Teodora.
No, why would you
Yeah.
need her?
I mean, we kind of kicked her
Yeah,
ass.
I want Teodora. I
Why?
want to boss her around.
We do have those bone devils, right?
Because she has been really picking on Zacharias for all of this campaign, and now finally I can stick it to her.
Well, boo-hoo.
Yeah.
Get over it.
Nope.
Yes.
I have read the name.
You can just tease her that you know her name now, but you don't have to use it.
That's true. I could tease
Well,
her.
you know, I
Be
didn't
like, I
get,
could if I want.
I didn't
that
get
would-
to
don't
have
piss her
my
off.
way with the dark elf, so you're not gonna have your not the dark elf, the half elf Vandemir. So you're not gonna have your way with Teodora.
He was critical to the campaign continuing and not succeeding. I
No,
don't
he
think-
wasn't. We're not
he
even gonna
was.
use him ever.
We used him to get all the stuff we had for the horn. Without him, we couldn't have access to markets.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about after. Remember when he
Yeah,
was
when
at
he
our
was being a
feet?
dickbag.
You can
After
kill him.
you liked him, didn't you?
Yeah, you didn't want to kill him then. You can go and kill him now if you want. I don't
No,
care
no, no.
anymore.
I didn't want to kill him. I wanted to humiliate him, and you were like,
You
no,
did.
remember-
You said, "Oh, kiss my boots," and he did and stuff. So
That was
Yeah.
not enough.
yeah,
That counts.
he licked your boots for a good 10 minutes or something.
No, he
Yeah.
didn't.
It should have been 12 minutes.
Ah,
Apparently.
you cheated me out of 2 minutes of bootlicking!
Well, Zacharias will at least commit the true name to memory. Having it is certainly yes.
Yeah, just like, oh, I don't want to get up and grab a drink. Teodora! She's like, fuck!
Don't make me misspeak your true name.
I mean, we can certainly talk to her. Maybe if we set her free, she will be so grateful that she will actually work for us anyway. I don't know.
Why would she?
Sure. So what else do you want to do? You've checked
Well, step 2.
There's one thing. The Horn Devils had fancy stuff too.
That's
didn't
true.
They?
They have.
They do, yes. They have each a +1 frost spike chain.
+1 frost or frost shock or just frost.
Frost shock.
Frost burst, rather.
Yeah, frost burst.
So those are +3 weapons.
There are 2 of them.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. All right, step 2. I think it's time to investigate the knots.
The knots,
And-
or
Yes.
should we? Yeah. Let's do what we can today, and then tomorrow I'll go finish out those anti-life things.
Because we need to. I think they will just bleed out for themselves. Honestly,
And he what?
give them a week or something. They will be gone.
The
Oh,
elementals at the machinery.
The bad
Yeah.
fucking place.
Yeah, the bad fucking place.
Just tell Grigor to get rid of them. I'm sure he can do it.
He's probably gonna be pissed.
Yes, the knots, because we need to assert our power over this. Specifically,
You see that most of the seals in here again are broken and has already been tapped of their power. Joy connection. However, there seems to be one that still exists for the first knot.
Uh,
That's Sakura, right?
And one for the sixth that seems to have been broken one end, but not the other.
On what end?
Basically, someone wants to come in contact with.
Well, Zacharias will put on his human disguise.
So they are ready to talk to us.
Seems they've been that for a while.
Let's do it.
Are we going to go to them, or are they going to come to
Yeah.
us?
You're not really sure how this works.
Well, let's all grab to onto Asurius
Let's
and
all grab, yeah.
Could I be fully healed first?
sure.
Why don't you just do
Just
it?
Should we not wait until tomorrow then?
Why?
Because then we'll be at full power. And
just in
it seems
case
this
they
guy's
don't-
been waiting a while anyway. One more day isn't going to make a difference.
I have one teleportation spell lying around in case we need to get back in a hurry. So I mean,
I don't. Let's just wait. I think.
No.
like,
have
I don't
four
think.
teleports.
He's been waiting for some
Yeah,
time
but-
anyway. We might as well let him go another
But
day.
why would we wait? I don't
Why would
get
we
why
wait,
we-
yeah.
Because there's other things we can do, and we're not at our full strength.
But
Why-
why?
yeah.
We're not gonna battle this guy. We're gonna control him.
Well, what I think Jake's worrying about is he's not going to willingly serve us, and he has a whole army.
Of
Right.
course he is. Oh, an army of
Well,
mercenaries.
why would he?
Really? Why would he? Why would
Yeah,
he serve
he's-
a group of the most horrifically evil and powerful creatures he's ever seen in his life? Up here
That
in
is
front of him?
actually.
Well, he is one of the Knots. He's not going to suck.
Well, he is not more. Well, we were powerful enough to destroy Thorne.
Yeah. It's like Thorne is dead. This is the new cardinal. Bow or
Yeah,
be destroyed.
I think we should be fine.
Okay.
Even if we have to fight, we should be able to do it. But I would still like to get like some healing first.
Yeah, you're healed.
Just
what,
in case.
What do you want? I mean, how much?
All of it, like 128 points.
If Chiron asks the dear frost giant, if you ask for help, she will graciously offer to heal him.
Ooh.
Oh,
I was not going to ask the frost giantess for help.
All right, then she won't.
He has Osiris, right?
We'll do it for free.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Discount made.
I'm kind of tapped on my spells for today.
there you go.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Sorry, Sheep, I'm a little bit tapped on spells for today, so...
That's good enough. Let's go.
Okay.
We break the seal, holding on to each other.
Oh,
Let it be known that I think this is a bad idea.
Sure.
Let this be known.
Can I-
Bad ideas always go well.
Sure. The first thing, as you take the seal, grasp onto it, you see what's basically a scrying, showing you a man. He seems not too old, or not really young either. Maybe in his late 20s. He's sitting by a desk, currently looking at tons of paper in what seems to be a tent somewhere.
oh my.
A large sort of pavilion tent, really. But he seems to be alone, and he seems very stressed out.
Is there any
Looking
idea?
at what seems to be like a couple of these broken letters with the broken seals, as he's sort of ruffling through his hair. You, whoever did this, I guess Zacharias.
No, it's
Probably
sorry.
Azorius.
Very
Sorry,
sorry.
yes. He would then have now the feeling that he could either go here, or simply talk to this guy.
Go there, please, please.
Wait,
please.
either? Okay, so
Don't
hang on. If
go
we
there
talk,
alone.
If we talk
No,
to him,
we'll go there.
well,
If
hang
you
on.
talk to him, you
If
have
we talk
chosen
to
that
him-
option.
Okay.
What, if he chooses to go there, if we hold on to our stories, are we
You'll
gonna
go with him.
All right,
You'll
let's
go.
go.
Let's do it!
Let's go.
As a teleportation. Good. You move
Azorius
through,
activates the teleportation version.
into this guy's tent,
This is so exciting.
which we will have down here because I don't know.
Surprise, motherfucker!
As my first duty as cardinal is...
We'll go to this guy's tent.
Where are we?
I don't know. There.
Okay, there we are.
Ooh.
He looks trustworthy.
As you sort of appear, you one feel you're very far from home, and two, this person quickly turns around, eyeing you, seemingly to be relieved for a second, and then very sort of, well, his face turns impossible to read as he looks at you. He seems to be sort of, from the looks of him, quite the charming fellow. He is well armored in a nice looking chain shirt, and with a rapier at his side. As he looks towards you, a hat next to his sort of almost the admiral's hat next to his desk. As he turns to looks at you and says, "Well, who might you be?"